Thank you for joining us. I'm Saray Chin.
And I'm Glenn Mills. Before we get to our live team coverage tonight, here's everything we know about the movements of Mackenzie Lueck and how this whole thing started 11 days ago.
That's right. Mackenzie boarded a plane at LAX and flew to Salt Lake City. Surveillance photos show her at Salt Lake City International Airport on June 17th, where her plane landed at 1:35 a.m. A text to her mother at 2:01 a.m. when she arrived. Police say she then booked a ride through Lyft. The Lyft driver dropped Lueck off at Hatch Park in North Salt Lake, where witnesses say she got into another vehicle. On June 20th, her family reported her missing to Salt Lake City police.
And then today, police are releasing the horrific details of how it all came to an end at this Fair Park home right here behind me in Salt Lake City. The owner of this home has been booked into jail and is facing several charges. Those charges are aggravated murder, aggravated kidnapping, desecration of a body, and obstruction of justice. ABC 4's Nicole Newman leading off our team coverage tonight with the very latest details on what we learned today. Nicole.
Glenn, after 11 days, here we are. This is not the outcome that we had hoped for, but this morning, Salt Lake City police confirming that with a heavy heart, Mackenzie Lueck is dead. Now, we know, as you mentioned earlier, that it was June 17th, the last time that Mackenzie was seen alive. That was at the Salt Lake City International Airport around 1 a.m. It was at 3 that morning when police say all communication ceased on her phone. It was after contacting the suspect, Ayola Ajayi. From the start, the chief saying that this has been a digital forensic investigation covering all things tech as investigators track Mackenzie's digital footprint.
It was through great forensic data investigation, that digital footprint that we've talked about, that sequentially led us to an arrest this morning, or the search warrant that was served at 547 North 1000 West in the Fair Park community of Salt Lake City. When we first received the call from the Lueck family that Mackenzie was missing, we knew that she had gotten off a plane. So we went back out to the airport and we collected the camera data, or the video. We looked at that, and you can see her on her phone and you can see her texting. And so we know that that information is stored somewhere. And so we wrote warrants for that phone.
Now, police aren't saying who made that follow on Instagram from Mackenzie's account on Tuesday that played a role in leading them to the suspect's home. The chief said that this is still a very fluid and ongoing investigation. Glenn?
Now, Nicole, we mentioned that one of those charges was desecration of a body. What did we learn today that actually led to that charge?
What we learned, Glenn, is that on June 17th and June 18th, neighbors witnessed the suspect burning something in his backyard. Today, this morning, police confirming that after digging up that area, police say it tested positive for female charred remains, as well as some of Mackenzie's personal items.
Nicole, we also know that the police chief had a conversation with Mackenzie's father. What did he say about that moment?
You know, Glenn, he said that it was very heartbreaking for him to make that call, one of the more emotional ones that he's had to make in his career, and that he could hear the emotion as well as the heartbreak in Greg Lueck's voice as he told him the news about his daughter. Glenn.
All right, thank you very much, ABC4's Nicole Newman for us tonight. The investigation into Mackenzie's disappearance came to a head this morning when a SWAT team moved on a local apartment complex to arrest the head suspect in this case. Sarah Martin is at that very location where this all went down with the very latest details this morning. Sarah.
Eyewitnesses tell us that the SWAT team started right here in this side lawn. They stood here, they prepared, images were taken of them. Then they entered the building into the second floor where Ayola Ajayi was arrested. As far as we know, he came peacefully. Cell phone video here shows the SWAT team preparing to enter the building. It looks like a team of 15 to 20 uniformed men. Witnesses say the police were staging and preparing for almost an hour before arresting Ajayi. Verena Iyer lives with her family just right across the street and was able to tell me about her experience.
He was a black male, I believe, and I think he had glasses, but I'm not sure.
Glasses?
Yeah.
Was he struggling at all, or did it seem peaceful?
Yeah, it seemed peaceful, like they just had him walking.
After being arrested here, police say that Ajayi was booked into the Salt Lake County Jail. Back to you, Glenn.
All right, Sarah, a scary moment for those around that area this morning. Do we know why he was at that specific apartment building this morning?
We don't, Glenn. Police haven't released any information about what ties him to this location. We don't know if he was living here, staying with a contact, but we do know that when police were prepared to arrest him, they were also prepared with charges in Mackenzie's death. Glenn?
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. The 31-year-old suspect right now sitting in the Salt Lake County Jail, and according to court records, this is the first time that he's actually facing criminal charges. ABC4's senior crime and punishment correspondent Marcos Ortiz has been looking into the suspect's past all day today. Marcos, what were you able to learn?
Well, you know what? He'd be what you'd consider a clean one owner. As you mentioned, no criminal history whatsoever. He's never been in trouble with the law from that standpoint, except for a few traffic tickets, a divorce, maybe even, there was an eviction, I might point out. Now he's staring at a crime that carries the death penalty. On YouTube, Ayula Ajaya portrays himself as an author. Now, there is a book that he has out. It's about a murder witnessed by a young boy. And on social media, he's got a page where he claims to be an organizer of social events, like a book club for highly effective people. But when you read the fine print, Ajayi's interests are heavily tied to sex, pornography, and making videos. Now, today at his home, police officially made it a crime scene following his arrest. Reportedly, he wanted a contractor to build him a secret room in his basement featuring sex toys. A neighbor who had befriended him felt betrayed by Ajayi's Jekyll and Hyde personality.
He was a very private man, and I saw him in only one way. Never realizing that something like this could be in the background, and that the man that I knew would be capable of something like this. I was completely blindsided.
Now, Ajaya is now in the county jail with no chance of bail. A judge will refuse that. Right now, he's probably going to be in court sometime later next week, or probably even the week after that, facing his initial appearance.
So even though he hasn't had any criminal history, certainly some bizarre events in his background. In this room here, this home here, Marcos, we know that he was renting out the basement. Did any of the neighbors ever notice any suspicious activity that made them say, what's going on over there?
Well, I think they did, because they tell me that they saw a man coming into the home, but they never saw anybody like Mackenzie show up here at this home whatsoever, because there's a side door in the back, so they didn't really see perhaps women come in, for example, but they were saying that these people would come here, they'd come on foot, they'd come on those motorized scooters, a lift, and they would stay for a night, 2 nights, maybe even 3 nights. But you know what, Glenn? People thought it was odd, but they didn't like it, but they never reported it to the city like code enforcement. Had they done that, who knows?
Could have got into this. Marcos, we can't help but notice the police presence that is still here at the home today. Why might officers still be here at this moment and the tape still surrounding the home so that no one gets into that area?
In fact, today, Glenn, what we saw is them expand the crime scene. They put up tape early this morning just to the entrance of the door, but then late this afternoon they expanded it. Why they're doing that? I think now that they know that he is a suspect in this crime, they're going in and they're looking at things that perhaps they didn't before, perhaps the carpet, you know. Forensic science is all about DNA, and that's probably what they're doing right now, looking for more fibers, more DNA, kind of seal this case and make sure that they've got this thing all sealed up before they take it to the district attorney's office for charges.
Very excellent insight. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Marcos. You know, throughout this whole investigation, Mackenzie's friends have been really hoping and praying for her return. They've been passing out flyers, recording videos, and just asking her to come home safe and sound. Fortunately, that did not happen. ABC4's Rosie Nguyen joining us now with how her friends want Mackenzie to be remembered. Rosie.
Glenn, although friends of Mackenzie Lueck have spoken to us before, today they say it's just too difficult, understandably, after finding out of the horrific outcome in Mackenzie's case. Tonight, they just want the public to remember Mackenzie for the positive memories she leaves behind. This is what we know about Mackenzie Lueck. Lueck is originally from El Segundo, California, where she attended a funeral before flying back to Utah the night of her disappearance. Mackenzie majored in kinesiology at the University of Utah and was a member of the Alpha Chi Omega sorority. She would have graduated in the spring of 2020. Students at the University of Utah, even the ones that didn't know her personally, say they're also devastated over the outcome.
I keep thinking about her family, her friends. She clearly had so many people who loved her so much, and everyone was really pulling for her to hopefully come home and come home safe. And it's tragic to think that that somebody could do something like that.
Now, at this time, Mackenzie's friend do tell me that they may plan a vigil to memorialize her legacy. If they do, we'll keep you posted with the latest details on the air and online. Glenn, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Rosie. Quick question for you. What about her family? What, if anything, have we heard directly from them?
Well, earlier today in the press conference at the Salt Lake City Police Department, Mackenzie's uncle did read a statement from their family thanking the police for all of the work they've done in Mackenzie's case, but at this time, they do ask for their privacy. Glenn?
All right, thank you very much, Rosie. Ruth V. Watkins, the president up at the University of Utah, where Mackenzie was a student, releasing a statement today. We want to let you know what she had to say. It reads in part, "The death of Mackenzie Lueck is devastating news. On behalf of the university, I express our heartfelt sympathy to the family, friends, and classmates of Mackenzie during this very difficult time. The U also says counseling is open to students who need it, including a 24/7 crisis line available. That number is 801-587-3000. You can also find more resources and information available at safeu.utah.edu. And we do also want to let you know, in times of tragedy like this, unfortunately, scam artists will try to take advantage of that. And we do know that some fake accounts for GoFundMe accounts could be floating out there. So if you find it in your heart that you want to donate to this cause, make sure you really do your homework and make sure that that account is legitimate before you do so. Once we find one that is verified and that is legitimate, we will be sure to pass that information along to you so that you can make those donations and know that they are going to the right cause. Saray, back to you.